Om Shanti. Today, 15 October 2023, revised Murli, 18th January 96. Heading of Murli is the easy way to be constantly powerful is to have pure and positive thoughts for oneself and also for others. Today is a day of remembrance filled with love, the sound of love from the hearts of the children in all the four directions has reached Babdada. This love is filled with happiness, as well as calling this day a day of remembrance. Bab Dada also calls it a day of power because Father Brahma, in his corporeal form, surrendered his power to the children for them to carry out tasks in corporeal form. This day is called a day that has the blessing of Son shows father. In corporeal form, Baba put the children in front, and in the angelic form, he started the service of his children and the world. The 18th of January is the day of remembrance when Father Brahma became completely free from all attachments. The essence of 18 chapters of Gita is that God made Arjun a conqueror of attachment and embodiment of remembrance. So, this 18th is a memorial of this. No matter how deep the love for Brahma Father was for children, he did not have attachment but in his love in his heart. Of course, the children have experienced how much Baba used to remember those who were instruments for service. You have this experience, do you not? He did not have attachment, but he had love in his heart because attachment is that in which one has selfish motives. However, Brahma Baba did not have any selfish motive, but he did have deep love for the children in the name of service. Nevertheless, while living with the children and seeing them in front of him, no remembrance of anybody or any other harassed him. He was completely detached and loving. This is why it is said conqueror of attachment and embodiment of remembrance. He had no consciousness of mind about anything. He even became free from any attachment to the consciousness of his body. So today is a day of learning the lesson of following Srimad in the same way. This Avyakt Day has been a day for awakening souls who are without knowledge and making them aware of God's task. Because on seeing Father Brahma, the majority of people used to believe that Brahma was your God. They used to think that Brahma was the god of Brahmakumaris. But what did they think when Brahma transformed his part from the corporeal form? That the god of the Brahmakumaris has departed. They even thought that if not today, then tomorrow the work of Brahmakumaris would end. However, you know that your current Karavanhar working through Brahma is a supreme soul. He is that and he will be that till the end. So this is God's task. It is not the work of any human being. They only recognize this after Father Brahma changed his part from the corporeal form. They realize that some power was working with for you. However, even now the poor, helpless people don't know God. They know that some power is working, but they are still wondering who that power is. They are seeing it and thinking about it. Eventually, they will understand it. So, whose task is this? Is it Father Brahma's or it is that of God working through Brahma? Whose task is that? The children who have come after the part of Sakar Baba finished are wondering why did Brahma Baba finish his corporeal form so soon? Otherwise, we could also have at least seen him. We would have met him. You think in this way, do you not? In the memorial of the previous cycle through whom Did the Mahavir instrument of Kaurava army receive benefit? They benefit through the Shaktis. So according to drama, the part of Shaktis have been fixed in the corporeal form. Everyone also even believe that it is impossible for there to be world benefit without the power of the mothers. So why did Father Brahma become an angel? Why was corporeal form changed? If Brahma Baba had not adopted an angelic form, none of you souls would have reached here today, because the uncertainty in the atmosphere was making the task of this world revolution fluctuate. Therefore, Father Brahma becoming aware became the real reason for opening the fortune of the maximum number of children. You can now see the fast speed of the service done through angelic form. Can't you? Did the speed become fast or slow? It became very fast. It is because everything became so fast that all of you have reached here. Otherwise, you would still be fast asleep. So today is not the same as the way other people celebrate such a day. They think that he has gone now, but in fact here there is a zeal and enthusiasm to follow the Father and become an embodiment of remembrance and a conqueror of attachment, the same as Baba. This is a day for learning this lesson practically. Today, did any of you shed tears of sorrow from your hearts? Did you have any tear, or did you feel something inside? Those who had the slightest feeling of sorrow raised their hands. Did you feel any sorrow? You did not, did you? Today is a day that Father Brahma become a service companion. Are all of you companion or just observers? You are companion in doing service and observer of the situations of Maya. You have welcomed Maya, have you not? Or are you afraid and think what has happened? Are you a little afraid? Whenever Maya comes to you in a trivial form, you are aware of her ordinary, insignificant form, and Maya also knows that you know now about her. However, when any fearsome form of Maya comes, then you have constantly to play the game as a detached observer. Just as the game of wrestling. Have you seen it, or should Baba show it to you? Children demonstrate that here. So always think that you are having a wrestling match. Therefore, hit her very hard. Don't be afraid. It's just a sport. You enjoy it more when you play as a detached observer. However, if you think that Maya has come, you would then be afraid. Maya no longer has any strength. Externally, she has the form of a lion, but in fact, she is not even a cat. In order to make you afraid, she adopts a huge form, and you think, what will happen now? Bab Dada taught you lesson this earlier. Don't ever say, what should I do? What will happen? What will happen now? Has Baba already taught you the lesson that whatever is happening is good, and whatever is to be happen will be even much better. To become a Brahmin means that everything is good. Maybe sometime a thing that you had never even dreamed of would happen, and something may not have happened before you receive this knowledge. But as soon as you come into this knowledge that happened, your business may not have fluctuated before knowledge, but this happened after you come into knowledge, and you become afraid and think that you should leave knowledge now. However, whenever any such situation comes, consider the situation to be your teacher for a short time. What does a teacher do? He teaches, does he not? So the situation also specially make you experienced in having two particular forms. One is the power to tolerate, to have detachment and become a conqueror of attachment, and it also teaches you the lesson of having the power to face, so that you learn something for future. Therefore, the situation has only come to teach you two lessons: the power to tolerate and power to face. So, when you say that you are just a trustee and that nothing belongs to you, do you really mean that from your heart, or just you're saying it with a little bit of deception? Are you a trustee or a little bit of householder? Are you sometime a trustee and sometime a householder? In the new year, Bab Dada was presented with a few toys, and one of them was such that when it was turned one way, it was a male figure, and when turned the other, it was a female figure. The one toy would changes its form, it become one thing in second, it becomes something else in next second. You are not such toys, are you? Being a trustee at one moment and being a householder at next. Perhaps you sometimes become a little like that. When you feel afraid, I understand that you are afraid and so she hits you hard. But don't be afraid, you are already trustee. That is, you have already renounced everything. To be a trustee means that you have handed over everything to the Father. What would be mine anyway? When you think that something will be done, it will be happening anyway. There is then a small problem. Everything is good and everything will work out very well, and you are therefore carefree. This is known as being of embodiment of power. So what day is today? A day to become powerful and day to become conqueror of attachment. It is not just a day to remember Baba and sing song. Father Brahma becoming an angel become a means in the drama of revealing the godly task. Does Brahma Baba exist or not? You are not able to see him. Look, all of you who come later are very lucky. Why? You have come at the time where the facilities for doing service are readily available. Those who are celebrating their 60 years extracted the butter, and all of you have come to eat it. You must have heard the history today. If you had had to make that much effort, you would have run away. However, at the present time, the field of service is prepared. Now, whether it is a president, a prime minister, or any leader, at least the majority of them believe that your work is very good. Whether they can do it themselves or not, it's a different matter. Each one has its own part. At least they say that it is a good task and it should go for further. Previously, they used to say that you must not even look at the face of Brahmakumari. In the early days, when you used to go invite them, they would shut the door in your face. So all of you have come to a good time. There are many chances for doing service. You can do as much service as you want. Now everyone knows that even after Sakar Brahma Baba become aware, you Brahma Kumari celebrated the silver jubilee. You also celebrate the golden jubilee and have now reached the diamond jubilee. When any big guru depart, it causes many problems. Are there any problem here? In fact, here there has been further expansion and everything just continue to grow. This proves that it is God who is carrying out this task. The instrument medium is Father Brahma. Even now the medium is Father Brahma. This part, Avyakt Bab Dada, is something different. However, the medium within the drama was initially corporeal Brahma, and it is now Brahma in his angelic form. Brahma is called the Father. Brahma is the creator. This part is to give sustenance to the children every now and then. However, Brahma is creator and he will have the part in the task of creation till the end. Today, throughout the whole day, who had any Maya? Did Maya come? Did she? Did you not remember your grandchildren? So, constantly remain powerful in this way, and the easiest way of all is to remember two words. You are able to remember two words, are you not? You may forget the entire Murli, but you can remember two words and continue to do in your practical way. In fact, you know these two words. They are not new. One is to have positive thoughts, Shubh Chintan. To change any negative into positive is known as having positive thoughts. Negative can become positive and you can change it, but you simply have to check whether you have positive thoughts even while performing actions. The second is constantly to have good wishes for others. So having positive thoughts for oneself and pure thoughts for other are connected with one another. If you don't have positive thought, you can't have good wishes for others. Therefore, pay attention in these two except. Do you understand? What will you do now? Don't forget everything here. These days, it has been said that there are many situations in which people don't understand your words, but while having good wishes, if you give pure vibration, they change. One other thing is you have to become free in one thing. You are those who are becoming free from everything in this Brahmin life. So you have been told for 9 things from which you have to become free. By removing these 9 things, you can become part of 9 jewels. If you become free from these 9 things, you can become part of 9 jewels. However, today Bap Dada is reminding you one thing. Don't ever get disheartened. Whenever there is a physical illness, a storm in your mind, a physical upheaval of your body, any upheaval in nature, any fluctuation in service, or in fact any type of upheaval, become those who have big hearts. How big is Baba's heart? Is it small? The father is a big heart, but the children get disheartened. If they become ill, they start crying out in pain. I am in pain, I am in pain. Is being disheartened a medicine? Will the illness go away or will it increase? When any karmic account comes, when there some pain, that too is a karmic account. That has come. By getting disheartened, you increase the illness. Therefore, be courageous. And the Father also will help you. It should not be that you start crying and wonder what to do and then think that you are not receiving Baba's help. Those who remain courageous receive help. First, there has to be the child's courage and then the Father will help. However, you lose your courage and then think you did not receive Baba's help. That Baba does not do anything at a time of need. So don't just remember the half sentence. Baba is helper, but of whom? You forget half of it and remember the second half and think Baba is the only helper, the Maharathis, and that he does not help you, that he does not even give you any help. In fact, it is first, you, and the Maharathis second. Don't be disheartened. When any confusion arises in the mind, what happens is that you need the power to decide. However, you can only have this power when your mind is directed toward the Father. If your mind is in confusion, you remain confused about whatever to say yes or no. Therefore, don't still be disheartened in your heart. Of course, there will be fluctuation in wealth. Even millionaires experience fluctuation, and what are compared to them? Of course, this will happen. However, all of you have the firm faith that if you are true and honest, Baba Dada will definitely feed you. Who are Baba's companion? Dal and roti, no matter what the circumstances are. Perhaps there won't be 2 types of vegetable, but at least you will have dal and roti. However, it should not be that you come back from work tired and sit down waiting for Baba to feed you dal roti. Those who are lazy and careless in this way will not receive anything, but the Lord is pleased with an honest heart. In a family, there would be problems. You even say that after something reaches the extreme, the climax, it finishes. Everything is now going into the extreme. And so there will be, of course, problems in the family. Don't think that this should not happen or that should happen. But be a trustee, a detached observer, take power from the father and find a solution. If you think as a householder, there will even more problems. First of all, become a completely detached trustee. Nothing is mine. This consciousness of mine, my name will be exploited, I will be defamed, this is my child, my mother-in-law do this to me. Everything like this happen when there is a consciousness of mind. Whenever there is a consciousness of mind, the intellect turns around and you change. Then understand that there is still the consciousness of mind. Check this, because no matter how much you try to solve the problem, it becomes even more confusing. Therefore, what must you not become in any situation? You must never ever become disheartened. What will you not become? Disheartened. Don't, don't just say, but do it. You have made a firm promise that you are God's children, have you not? Even Maya cannot shake you from this. You have made a firm promise and you have the faith that you are the God's children. So if even God's children become disheartened, who would the one will become big hearts? Would it be someone other than you? It is you who would be say this. So what will you do now? Now become powerful and make the lesson of son shows father firm. Don't be weak in this, but make the lesson very firm. All of you are courageous, aren't you? Do you have this courage? Acha. Blessing for today. May you be free from all bondages and experience the flying stage with your stage of being double light. Detail. While walking and moving around, have this awareness: I am an angel who is stable in my double light stage. An angel means one who flies. Anything light always float above. It does not go down. You have stayed down below for half a cycle and it is now time to fly. Therefore check, do I have any burden or any bondage? If you have any bondage or burden of your weak sanskar, wasteful thoughts or body consciousness for a longer time, it will bring you down at the end. Therefore, be free from bondage and practice staying in your double light stage. Slogan for today: only someone who has accumulated the power of pure thoughts can serve with his mind. Cha Om Shanti.